The Price of His Betrayal, Part 3.
The sun rose, casting a golden hue over the city. The venue was transformed into a paradise of flowers and lights. Guests arrived in droves, dressed in their finest, eager to witness the union of two beautiful souls. Nina watched from the shadows, her heart pounding. She wore a simple black dress, a stark contrast to the vibrant colours around her. Mayer stood at the altar, looking more handsome than ever, his tailored suit accentuating his broad shoulders. Joy walked down the aisle, radiant in her white gown, a smile lighting up the room. Nina's heart clenched, but she forced herself to stay composed. The ceremony proceeded smoothly. Vows were exchanged, promises made, empty words to Nina. She watched, her eyes cold, her mind focused on what was to come. As the couple was pronounced husband and wife, the room erupted in applause. Mayer and Joy kissed, sealing their fate. The reception was a grand affair. Guests mingled, laughter echoed, and music filled the air. Nina moved through the crowd, her presence unnoticed. She had become invisible, a ghost in the very life she had once dreamed of. The cake stood at the centre of the room, a masterpiece waiting to play its part. The time came for the couple to cut the cake. The guests gathered, phones out, capturing the moment. The MC, beaming, called for silence. "Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the couple to share their first bite." Nina watched intently as the first pieces were cut. Mayer fed Joy, his eyes filled with adoration. Joy returned the gesture, laughing as she wiped frosting from his lips. Nina's hands trembled, her pulse quickened. The poison was in motion. Her eyes never left Mayer. She knew the signs to watch for, the slight discomfort, the furrowed brow, and there it was. Mayer's smile faltered. His hand moved to his stomach. He whispered something to Joy, then excused himself, walking toward the restroom. Nina's heart pounded. She stood up, slipping out of the hall unnoticed. She didn't need to see what came next. She knew. Joy collapsed moments later, chaos erupting around her. Security rushed to the restroom, finding Mayer on the floor, unconscious. The newlyweds were rushed to the hospital, but it was too late. Nina walked away from the venue, her steps calm, her face serene. She didn't look back. She knew what she had done. The cries and sirens faded behind her, the weight of 11 years of betrayal lifting with each step. She felt no remorse, only a hollow sense of justice. By the time the news broke, Nina had vanished. No one saw her leave. Her apartment was empty, her phone disconnected. The authorities searched, but there was no trace. She had become a ghost, a shadow in the life she once lived. Rumours spread. Some said she had fled the country, others believed she had ended her own life. But no one knew the truth. The restaurant remained closed, a silent testament to the woman who had given everything and lost it all. Mayer and Joy's deaths were ruled as a tragic incident. The poison was never traced back to Nina. The guests spoke of the perfect wedding that had ended in disaster, a story that would be told for years to come. And in the silence that followed, Nina's name became a whisper, a reminder of love, betrayal, and the price of broken promises. Weeks after the tragic wedding, the city buzzed with speculation. Newspapers featured headlines about the mysterious deaths of Mayer and Joy, painting them as a shocking tragedy. Friends and family mourned publicly, but whispers about the suspicious circumstances persisted. The perfect couple, gone in an instant, an ending too abrupt, too strange. Mayer's family, once warm and welcoming to Nina, now felt the void left by his death. Their home, filled with flowers and mourners, echoed with grief and unanswered questions. They reached out to Nina, unaware of her role, but their calls went unanswered. Her apartment lay empty, abandoned like a forgotten dream. The police investigation stalled. No evidence pointed to foul play. The poison, carefully chosen and meticulously administered, left no trace. It was deemed a tragic accident, a cruel twist of fate that claimed 2 young lives on the happiest day of their lives. Nina's restaurant remained shuttered, a silent monument to a vanished woman. Her absence left a void, but the city moved on. New businesses opened, new faces appeared. The memory of Nina, Maya, and Joy began to fade, relegated to urban legend status. Stories of the wedding surfaced occasionally, retold with varying degrees of accuracy. Some painted Nina as a jilted lover, others as a tragic heroine who had lost everything. Her parents, heartbroken, searched for her tirelessly. They placed ads in newspapers, visited distant relatives, and knocked on old friends' doors. "Nina, come home," her mother whispered into the void, her voice breaking. But Nina had disappeared, leaving nothing behind but questions.